Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be filming this video finally. I have never thought I'll be doing or sharing these things because I felt weird, and I'm not such an extrovert. Yeah, like see how uncomfortable I am talking about it, but yeah, here I am. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will know I was talking about changing my content up, and I want to do something which is more meaningful and helpful. Obviously makeup is going to be there, so don't worry about it. And yeah, without further rambling, let's just start with the video. And I will be hosting a Q&A right now. When you're watching this, go to my Instagram and there will be a question answer section, because I know you guys will have a ton of questions after you watch this video completely. So yeah, I am hosting a Q&A. You just go and ask whatever you want, if you want to share something, you can do that too. So today's topic, as you know, this is the part 1 of the video. So today we are talking about relationships and motivations. You're not getting anything juicy in here. I'm not talking about my relationship at all. So yeah, let's get started. In the first place, people like me, you, and I think a lot of us are struggling with relationship. Not only with boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, parents, people there around, and it's an issue that can be solved. So first of all, the point is, be very mindful of people who you are around. Be very observing. See that what the intentions are, and does those intentions fit with what you want. So be very mindful of that. There are people who are going to be manipulative, but you might not get it as of now. And I have been in this situation, and I'll tell you how did I overcome it and how can you do it too. Set your priorities right. So what I need you guys to do is, so take a notebook, write down your priorities. So those can be like, if you want the person to be loyal, or anyone, like I'm not talking about a particular person, the group of people you want to be around. So they have to be loyal. If they're talking behind your back, that's not good. And all of these things that are important to you. Now you decide what do you want to write down. That is why I'm not giving it to you guys what you want to write, because it has to be totally your priority. And whenever you have, and make a list of like 10 things, 5 things, whatever it is. And whenever you have a doubt about that person, just come back and see the notebook. And if you think that they are not meeting those points, it's clear they are not good for you. Now talking about parents and family members. I think that is the group of people that are most misunderstood by younger people. Why that happens is because our mentalities, our thoughts do not necessarily match. I know it, I get it. But you have to understand why. You can't just point out that they are wrong. You have to find out why they are acting the way they are acting. So your values, the things that you learn in your life, comes from your parents. Your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, or your friends, whatever people you are around. So obviously, as the time and the years are passing by, you are getting more and more, I want to use the word modern to make you understand. So obviously, if you go back in time, your parents' values came from their parents and their grandparents. So obviously, it is not meant to match with yours. Like when you will have children, there will be a point that your values, your thinkings won't match with your children. That doesn't make you wrong, right? So I think this is a very important topic of not misunderstanding your parents. Like I understand right now, current situation is we all talk about doing things that we love. We want to enjoy our job, we want to be satisfied, but our parents most possibly do not understand it. And what they have to say is, how are you financially supported? Like you have to get a job so that you are financially stable. Why does that happen? Have you ever thought about it? Now imagine you not being raised the way you have always been? Do you think you will value or think or have the same mentality that you have right now? No, that's not possible. So when your parents might have had financial problems or crisis during their childhood, the most valuable thing for them was financial support, not the satisfaction from the job. Because of that thinking, they have worked all their life and earned the money and given you everything that you have right now. So your priorities have shifted. You do not care about money as much as they did. You don't care about getting married as much as they did, and so you don't have that pressure in your mind to earn money and support your family as of now. Please be mindful, be observing. Just don't point out someone saying that they are wrong. And I'm sure that if you guys practice these things, you will have a better relationship with them, which is really, really important. From the same thing, let's talk about values. So again, you can write them down, what your values are that you have learned from your family, and also make a list of your own that you think are important to you, and you just write them down. But here is what happens. If you have a friend, like, you will see that you have been childhood friends, and then when you grow up and you go to college and suddenly you are seeing that I don't like this person anymore, or why is this person talking about this thing? It's not good. That is your thinking and your values. Now you have to understand where your values come from. As I said, your grandparents has passed it to your parents, and your parents has passed it to you. Same as the next person standing opposite to you. That person has different values because they have different parents, different grandparents, and totally different family. That doesn't make them wrong. You do not have to be twins to be friends. And that is how most of the relationships or friendships are ruined, because you suddenly think that this person is behaving differently, which is obvious. That person is not you, and you are not that person. So enjoy the difference between two persons. And also for relationships, I want to say that if you're dating someone, and I have often seen people wanting twins, I don't know why, because that can't happen. And if you have that mindset, it will just drown you, and you won't really be able to enjoy your life or your partner or your friends. Be open to any sort of thing that is coming to you. Obviously, it has to be a good thing, and just enjoy it. It doesn't mean if someone believes in something, it doesn't mean they're forcing you to believe it. If they are forcing you, that's wrong. And there is where you can go and say them and teach them the same thing. We do not need to support, value the same things to be friends. And I assure you, if you keep practicing these things, you will be a much more satisfied and calm person. So that will be the end for this video, but before that I want to read to you guys a small story, and after that I'll tell you what to do with it. So yeah, we'll read something. I mark everything that I read. It once happened. Two old men met at a tiny little town in Indiana, USA, in a local bar. And both of them were sitting grumpily at two different tables and drinking. Then one guy looked up at the other one and saw a birthmark on that person's temple. So he walked up to him and said, "Hey, is that you, Joshua?" "Yeah, who are you?" "Don't you recognize me? I am Mark. We were in the war together." He said, "Oh my God." They lit up suddenly. They were together in World War II. And it had been 50 years since then. So they sat down at one table and started drinking, talking and eating. So they have seen about 40 minutes of action of the World War II in Europe, 40 minutes of Blitz. They talked about those 40 minutes in so many vivid ways for over 2 hours. After they were done with all this talk, one guy asked the other, "What have you been doing since then?" He said, "I just have been a salesman." 40 minutes of war. They spoke for 2 hours with great excitement, but 50 years of life after that, were just summed up in I just have been a salesman. That is how it happens. I want you guys to comment down below and tell me, what do you think? Why did they talk about those 40 minutes for 2 hours and 50 years of life in just 1 second? What do you think the reason is? Just comment down below, and in the part 2 of this video I'll tell you guys why did they do that. So yeah, that was it for this video. Please tell me that if you guys want to see this kind of content more or not, and I shall keep on making these. And anyway, I am going to make this because I love it, and I think this is what actually being helpful is. And yeah, see you next time. Till then, take care.